Go to Boksburg, where families are picking up the pieces after a gas tanker explosion claimed 15 lives. Police have arrested the 32-year-old driver. The suspect faces multiple counts of culpable homicide and is expected to appear in court on Wednesday. Our senior reporter Silindelo Masikane caught up with a family that lost 4 children in that explosion. Let's cross their live tour now. Good morning, Silindelo. How are things looking, though, this morning? We know mop-up operations were continuing.
Well, at this point, my colleague Mkhumbusi Setuke and I arrived in Boksburg this morning to find that the area in which the explosion occurred, security has been beefed up around it. There's no entry in and out of that particular area. With the arrest of the tanker driver, we can officially say that this is a crime scene. We know that the driver is facing multiple counts of culpable homicide, and during a media briefing yesterday by the Health Minister, Joe Phatla, here at the Tambo Memorial Hospital, we understand that the fatalities have risen to 15. But to just give us a sense as to the progression overnight, I am joined by the Ekurhuleni EMS's William Ntladi. Thank you so much for your time this morning, sir. Of course, you've just come out of a meeting with various stakeholders around the situation at hand. What can you tell us about those who are still in hospital, where we are with fatalities, and of course the crime scene being secured at this point with no entry in or out of it?
Thank you so much. Actually, we just came out from the meeting, as you rightfully said. In terms of fatalities, status quo still remains. We are still at 15 as far as the report is telling us. And in terms of injuries, and we, together with the firefighters as well, 4 of them, they're still in the hospital, like we reported earlier on. Then the other 4 has been discharged. And other members of the public that are still in hospital, they're still receiving care. And we're still saying again condolences to those who lost their loved ones in this explosion, and speedy recovery to those who are still in the hospital. So we did have a meeting with the different stakeholders. Moreover, in terms of security around the incident where the actual blast took place. Yes, so we have beefed it up, and making sure that now people are not moving in and around because of the rigidity and stability of the structures. One can see that now the other bridge, which is basically the Plaza Bridge, where the 4 railway lines have been blown off completely, has basically caved in. So then that is still portray the issue of risk. In terms of people moving in and around, and together with the SEPS, EMPD, and Plaza Security, we will make sure that now we keep this secured throughout the day. That is 24-hour system, that now no one just walk in here up until everything is cleared up. All the other debris have been taken care of. Moreover, in terms of the metal that was around here has been taken off. And even the papers and even the other medical waste that are here will be cleared up even today, and making sure that the scene is left clean.
Maybe talk to us about the gas levels. There are some concerns that there's still gas in the air. Is there any update on that specifically?
No, not absolutely. What we do have is that we do have a clear gas level in terms of us at the grassroots level. So that can be actually investigated later on, if ever that will affect the amount of gas that actually came out here. Preliminary information that we had, it was about, the tanker had about 60,000 liters of gas that was loaded inside that. So definitely that is still to be investigated.
Can you talk to us about any engagements with the tanker company, the parent company that owns that tanker, and whether they have any updates in terms of the conversations they've had with their driver?
No, there is no engagement that we had here at the technical level. Believe it that now the principals at a higher level, they are engaging to make sure that now things are being ironed out. Hence, even the South African Police Services have basically apprehended or maybe arrested the driver who is actually involved in this blast. So then we left everything over to them to do the further investigation in the matter.
And then lastly, maybe your message to the community. I've seen a lot of people, even as far as the south of Johannesburg, coming to the scene to actually see, because it's just unbelievable, the tragedy that transpired here.
The catastrophic incident that happened. Actually, what I would like to say is to thank the firefighters who were here, who identified the issue of Blevy. From the emergency services perspective, when we talk of Blevy, we are talking of something that is quite huge, boiling liquid expansion vapor explosion. So those signs were identified by the first crew that arrived here, that is basically hospitalized. And by so saying they basically pushed and requested members of the public who were here to come and witness what was happening. And most of the time, people are using cell phones to video clip all these things. And now, I think from my own perspective, that could have been worse than what it is now if the firefighters never stood up and, bravely so telling people to move out. And even some of the members of the community who understood the situation also assisted the firefighters, and we really thank them for that, because that actually brought the magnitude a little bit down in terms of the fatalities and injuries. And for that, we'd like to say to the people, this area here is still under investigation, so we're pleading with everyone to comply and say, on the secured area, please don't move inside, because it's not yet declared safe for everyone to walk around. We don't want secondary injuries or fatalities that are going to happen here, and we plead with everyone. And we had many people as far as Pretoria, as far as Johannesburg, that are coming here to come and witness that. Yes, we will understand they want to see that, but now the situation doesn't allow them to be. They walk into the hot zone where the actual blast took place, and this is not right, because the investigation is still going.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Tladi.
Pleasure, ma'am.
All right. I'm just going to move out of shot with Mr. Tladi to show you exactly the situation we're trying to prevent here, where you have people actively going into what Mr. Tladi has described as a hot zone, that the infrastructure at this particular area is not safe, and people should not try and enter the area in which the blast occurred. And so you can see that they are trying to get the people out. Yes, security has been beefed up, but they are constantly going around the perimeter of the blast and can't be at all the entry points to it. But let's just take a listen, Mfundo, to a family that has tragically lost 4 children due to this blast, and the repercussions for this family that now needs assistance with not only the burial, but of course with some of the expenses that are going to now take place. Let's just take a listen.
As a family, as an uncle of the family, it's way bad for us, because we lost my brother to Lament 5 months ago, and now it's 4 kids who passed away. And Rosetta, the mom of the kids, is not good. She's crying a lot. She's still in pain, tears, and sore. And even me and my wife, Dolce, we don't cope. It's not easy for us to carry on like this. There was a disaster what happened to our family, and there's a big cutout for our family.
Can you tell us about the situation with this tanker being in this area? As a family, do you know the details around why this tanker was here?
I really don't know, but I know he was on the wrong point on the wrong time. What we don't expect where he was supposed to be. But when it happened, we were here was a tanker. We were surprised. We asked ourselves, what did the tanker do in the town? By a bridge, what's so low? And when an explosion happens, we were surprised that happens near our family's house, and we were totally shocked. And after that, we get a phone call to hear the kids passed away.
One thing's for certain, Silindelo, there's still a lot of questions around that tank and why exactly it was there. But we do understand that the gentleman, the driver, has been apprehended. Do we have further details around that aspect of the criminal case now?
At this point, all we know is that a statement was released by the police yesterday late afternoon saying that they have tracked and traced the 32-year-old driver of the tanker to a private hospital where he was arrested. We understand he will be appearing in court on Wednesday, and he is facing charges of culpable homicide as well as malicious damage to property. That's all we know at this stage. And since the incident, a statement from the company Infinite Transport has been released. It's got very little detail, but the company itself saying that they are sending their condolences to the bereaved family, saying that as soon as they can, they would be interviewing the driver to get a sense as to what happened, as well as conducting their own internal investigations.
All right, Silindelo, we'll leave it there for now. Thank you very much for that update. That's senior reporter Silindelo Masikane.